I love this game. Okay. Greetings, fellow outsiders, and welcome back to the Vincent, The Secret of Myers. We were just about to go into chapter 3, which I believe is Vincent's story, the lawyer's thing, but I should have a save file that takes me straight to it. There we go. Okay, so this is where we left off. It should be where we left off. And we're talking about Draco, who I'm still mad about. It's been a couple days, but I'm still mad about Draco. From the very first moment I saw him, I thought he somehow looked very similar to Vincent. But I had no idea that Vincent and him were really related by blood. Are they brothers? But did I have a love triangle? What kind of person would make his own brother a butler? Alieann, like you, I am a person without a past. It wasn't that long ago that my life could easily be described as empty, monotonous, and boring. But the arrival of this one person changed everything around me. I love you, Draco. She helped me break free from the blank world and made me realize that nothing is more important than the present. She is very important to me. I can't lose her a second time. Draco, you know all the right words to say. Draco? What exactly did all of that mean? It means he loves you, Alieann. It means he loves us. Draco! Draco! Boom, 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 boom. I banged on the gate again and again, but there was no response. I hope he's okay. I genuinely hope he's okay. Damn it, that can't be it. There has to be a way. I groped along the nearby walls, but didn't find any switch to reopen the gate. Draco? I feel disheartened about how powerless I was, how he was right there, yet I couldn't help him. What the hell? Why is this gate locked? Hello? Suddenly, I'm taken back by the appearance of an odd-looking person from the other side of the room. Who are you? Before I could say anything, she ran around me and rushed to the gates. Hey! Hey! Let me out! She was yelling and banging as if she was completely unaware of my presence. Hey! Hey! Can you hear me? Hey! After carrying on for a while but earning no response, she finally decided to give up. She's cool. The characters are so cool. She was breathing heavily when she turned around, staring at me with her bright, burning eyes. Huh? Was it you? Were you the one who locked me in here? She demanded. Shit, I may be in trouble. Just when I thought I had to come up with a plan to deal with her, her face looked as if she had suddenly realized something. Her eyes were still focused on me, but this time she was looking me up and down. Hello? Have we met before? She suddenly asked. Huh? What? What did she say? Her very surprising comment left me speechless for a moment. It was not something I expected to hear from her. Calm down. Calm down. This is critical. I can't miss my chance. In other words, I might be able to learn something about my past from her, but I need to be careful. I don't have any idea whether she's a friend or foe yet, and judging from how she acted, it seems that she's only had a casual acquaintance with me as well. It may not be the best idea to just start throwing questions at her about myself. More importantly, if I expose the fact I lost my memory, things may only work against me. So the safest strategy right now would be to get information out of her in a less straightforward way. Oh, hi. It's been a while. Do you still remember me? I tried my best to stay calm and greeted her. I don't know if this is the best course of action. She looked all over me again, and then her eyes rested on my face. You do seem kind of familiar. Let me see. Do you recognize me or not? Oh, hey, detective. She suddenly exclaimed with excitement. I remember now. I knew it. You were the one with that famous lawyer last time.
Ooh, we were with Vincent.
As was expected of me, Zalmona, I knew we met before. Zalmona! Zalmona, is that her name? But more importantly, did she say I'm a detective? My brain felt as if it could only handle the information I had just received at once. It couldn't handle all of it. I never thought I would be a cop. Was I involved in a case? Did something happen during my investigation that caused me to lose my memories? But wait a minute. She mentioned I was with the famous lawyer. Could she possibly be referring to
Mr. Tall, dark, and handsome, Vincent?
But detective. Zalmona's voice interrupted my thoughts and dragged my mind back to reality. I'm curious. What brings you back to Myers Corporation this time? Back to Myers. Think. I need to come up with an answer. If I were a cop, there would be only one explanation for coming back here. I'm here to investigate the case of missing citizens over the recent years and the truth behind the G4 Cyborg Incident. Huh? Again? My God, the G4 Investigation Bureau is as useless as ever. Detective? Then it looks like your last investigation with the lawyer didn't go so well. I was investigating Vincent. Why didn't you bring him along this time? The famous lawyer. Are you by any chance referring to Mr. Vincent Edgeworth? Of course. Who else could it be? Mr. Vincent Edgeworth? The love triangle man that I have with his brother Draco? So it seems that my speculation was correct. Vincent and I had indeed met before. And following this logic, it would make sense that I met Draco as well. If that's the case, why would Vincent hide everything from me and pretend that he didn't know me? I suddenly remembered about the cyborg that I saw at the mansion and how Vincent and Victor refused to explain anything about it. Myers had gone bankrupt years ago, but it's clear that someone is still using the abandoned site for some kind of experiments. Draco told me Myers Corporation had become a secret underground organization after that huge incident. But even if that's true, how can I explain the cyborg in Vincent Mansion? Could it be that as a detective, I was actually investigating Vincent and not Myers Corporation? If we go with that explanation, Vincent is most likely the person behind my memory loss. The more I thought about it, the more worried I became. But there's something that has been especially bothering me.
Oh, that handsome face. Why haven't we kissed yet?
If you had asked me what kind of person Vincent was, I would have answered. Noble, elegant, mysterious, beautiful, kind. What was I saying again? His words, while exuding charm, could make you feel very uneasy at the same time. Is he someone we should be suspicious of? Of course, there's no doubt about it. Knowing Winston was correct, he single-handedly succeeded in proving that the entire experiment was the work of a single employee. How scary is this man for him to be able to do something like that? Nonetheless, I'm attracted to him. When I met him at the... I'll stop now, sorry. When I met him at the mansion, I felt that there was a subtle connection between us that I couldn't explain.
Oh, but she's gonna continue with it.
I'm well aware I've lost all my memories. I have no idea about our past and have no reason to draw any conclusions, but this feeling was particularly strong. It was love. It was as if the part of my brain that stored memories had disappeared, but the part that stored emotions was still intact. Oh, I didn't even know Alieann felt this way. I mean, I knew Alieann felt this way. I didn't know Alieann felt this way. I have to learn about Vincent's past. It's vital for me to know. Zalmona, did you just come from the legal department? Huh? Yeah. Are you planning to go there? Yes. Can you take me there? Thank you, Zalmona. It's simple. Just go through the door right here and you will reach the legal department. However, she pulled out a card from her pocket. Only by swiping this key card can you unlock this door. How did you get that? No comment, Miss Detective. You know, I haven't even yet dealt with you for locking us in here.
I locked you in here?
But considering you're from the G4 Investigation Bureau, I can make a deal with you. Just like last time. You do me a favor and I'll do you a favor. How's that? Last time? Really?
Have you forgotten already? Last time you did me a little favor. In exchange, I told you some secrets about Myers Corporation. Let's do the same this time. The truth is, I accidentally lost one of my belongings here. If you can help me find it, then I'll give you this keycard as a reward.
Okay, sounds good. Before I agree to anything, tell me, what exactly have you lost?
Oh, a round, spherical object. Not suspicious at all. Hey, what's that look all about? I know. It does sound kind of vague. But trust me, the moment you see it, you'll instantly realize. This must be what Zalmona is looking for.
This time, I'll take your word for it. And this thing is something that you did indeed lose.
Shush! Stop asking so many questions. We're making a deal here, not playing 20 questions, all right?
All right, Zalmona, whatever. I'm nervous now. Is it like a head? Is it a head?
What, you don't want the keycard, huh?
I wonder if it's a head. All right. Then are you sure you left this spherical object in this lab?
No doubt about it. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in this lab.
Draco told me both sides of the lobby would eventually lead us to the basement, where the secret chamber of the G4 Cyborg Incident is located. In other words, not only will I be able to find lots of clues there, but I could also get out of this place through the other side of Myers' lobby. At this moment, still nothing could be heard from the other side of the gate. I don't know what happened to Draco. Draco, my second love. Would I ever get to see him again? I hope so. I hope we get to see Draco again. I actually really liked Draco as a character. Anyway, the time for us to search for that spherical object. Ooh, the music is nice. Objective, find Zalmona's item. Okay, so we can look at these things. A robotic arm, nothing special about it. Nothing special about that. Nothing special about that. And then we'll check the last one.
Hey, did you notice?
Huh?
Something's different about this robotic arm.
It is?
Come take a look. You see this? This one has an extra circle engraved on it.
You're right. But that's just a small detail. Does it really mean anything? Does it mean anything? Let's look at this. The gate that connects Myers' lobby and the lab. I came in here from the other side. I can't hear anything from the other side. I don't know what has happened to Draco. Zalmona, is there really no way to reopen this gate from here?
Huh? Why don't you find it for me then? As far as I know, only the front desk can open the gates to the other side of the lobby. It's a feature of the Myers security system. With all due respect, the security system doesn't make much sense to me. Well, it makes sense if you're trying to murder your employees. I know, right? I have no clue what they were thinking either. Right now, it's only possible for us to get out of here is to reach the other side of Myers by taking the elevator from the basement and then go back to the lobby from there.
I see. Then it seems that my assumptions were not wrong. Okay, let's look around. So we have the door here. Before we do that, oh, let's look at this.
Contemporary art is really getting more and more pretentious. Detective, what do you think these 4 art pieces mean?
I think it's some kind of device. I think it's a code.
Some kind of device?
Look here, there are 2 buttons under each piece.
Oh, let me try pressing one of them.
The color of the art has changed.
And what about pressing the other one?
The shape changed this time.
I understand. Oh, I understand now. I think we're supposed to match each shape with a corresponding color.
It's not that difficult. We just need to try all the combinations and we should be able to find the right answer. Oh, that was Zalmona. Apologies. No, it's not as simple as that. We can change the shape of each art, but we can also change their colors. What it means is that not only do we need to match each shape with a color that corresponds to it, we also need to find a specific order for that art piece, perhaps by the colors.
Indeed. If that's the case, there will be a lot more possible answers.
Correct. It will be impractical for you to just try each of them one by one. So we already know the circle, I'm assuming, is like this color, but we'll keep looking at these. A robotic arm. Is that
a key? It's holding a key.
Collected item, a key. Okay. A robotic arm, nothing special about it. Okay. We have 2 more arms to look at. Nothing special. 1 more. Nothing special. Okay. Then let's go around to here. What's this? A trophy? The trophy has a diamond shape engraved on it, but there isn't any text. Okay, so it's gold for the diamond, if there is a gold or a yellow. Detective, who do you think this trophy is for? I'm not sure. Maybe it's for the Employee of the Month?
Employee of the month. Perhaps the winner gets a free ticket to the basement.
A free ticket to death? A boombox. I don't really feel like listening to the radio right now. Well, maybe we'll need to. A cupboard under a drawer. I opened it and took a look. There was nothing in it. Okay, let's check the other one. Under a drawer. I opened it and took a look. There was nothing in it. Okay. Well, then we'll unlock these, maybe? I slid it open and took a look. There was nothing in it.
That's disappointing. It had a lock on it, so I thought there would certainly be goodies inside.
You're not exactly wrong.
Huh? What do you mean?
Look here. The lock in this drawer has been pried open.
You're right, and it looks like someone has looted this place. Whoever broke the lock must have taken the good stuff inside.
Right? All right, then what's in here? A drawer. It's locked, but we have the key, don't we? We have the key. Oh, I have to use it. Okay. I unlocked the drawer. What I find inside is a scalpel and a cassette tape.
A cassette tape in a locked drawer? Detective, you know what this means, right?
It means secret! Collected out items, scalpel, and a cassette tape. All right, we're putting this in. I loaded the tape into the boombox and proceeded to press the play button. Sporadically, sounds started to come out one by one. On July 20th, at approximately 2300, minor explosions, prison area. The whereabouts, Myers researcher, sentenced to life, remain unknown. The voice coming out was very faint and indistinct. I could only make out a few vague words.
What the hell is wrong with this boombox? I can't understand shit. Here, I'll fix it.
Boom, 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 boom. The way you fix a boombox is by booming it with your hand. And with that, Zalmona started banging on the boombox. Zalmona, wait! I tried to protect the boombox with my arms. Uh-oh. Oh, we're getting memories. On July 20th, 2081, at approximately 2300, several minor explosions occurred near the G4 Central Prison area, destroying part of the prison wall. The whereabouts of Winston Loomis, a former Myers researcher and the mastermind behind the G4 Cyborg Incident, who was sentenced for life, remain unknown. The possibility that he died in the explosion cannot be ruled out until the site is cleared. On July 21st, 2081, the police completed the cleanup of the explosion scene. Bionic prosthetic fragments and explosives were found, confirming that Winston had been absconded. The fugitive is still at large, and the police have yet to find any information leading to his arrest. All right, so we got the tape from our vision. Sorry, I had to tango with my dear Victor for a moment. My dear Vincent, tell me, the news doesn't happen to be connected to you in any way, does it? I have no knowledge of this. Why are my voices all over the place? It talks like this. I have no knowledge of this. I've only just heard about the news as well. Oh, is that so? Then, would you mind explaining to me? How is this man right here in your mansion? I just happened to run into Mr. Loomis on my way back. What an amazing twist of fate, wouldn't you agree, Mr. Loomis? It's a little bit awkward.
Winston Loomis.
Oh, quite the twist of fate indeed. My dear Vincent Edgeworth, don't you know that Winston should be rotting in prison right now?
What can I say? Sometimes I don't pay much attention to such minuscule details.
Not paying much attention? You can't be serious. Have you forgotten that you were the one who put Winston in prison? Vincent, look me in the eyes. And kiss me, you fool! You might have always been good at lying to other people, but we both know very well that you could never do it in front of me. You've always been like that, and this is no exception. I have no idea what you're talking about. I've been looking you in the eyes this whole time. No, you haven't.
I have. You haven't. I have. Oh, Lord.
You know, my friend, I would always support you no matter what choice you make. And I always have, ever since we met each other in college. But all of this, it's just pure madness. I understand what Myers did to you is absolutely unforgivable. But do you realize that there is also no turning back in the path you're going? The moment you choose revenge, you are no longer different from your enemies. Vincent Edgeworth, it's already a miracle you survived from that disaster. You could still achieve so much in your future. Do you really want to be at war with Myers forever? Do you really think you can take on the entire Myers Corporation on your own? Don't be ridiculous. You're just sacrificing your life for nothing.
Oh, no.
Then join me, Victor. What?
Then join me. I need you. I may look like an idiot who's in over his head to you, but I just no longer wish to be pushed around. Do you really think Myers is going to let me go after all of that? If I choose to do nothing now, I will definitely be dead sooner or later. But if I succeed in mastering this technology, I can become the one in charge. I can become better than Myers. You are right, Victor. I can't do that on my own. I need the mind of Winston Loomis, but beyond that, I need another man. Someone I know I can trust. Someone I know I can entrust my life to.
Vincent, have you gone mad? Do you realize who I am? Do you understand how dangerous a decision like this is?
I believe the world is in equilibrium, a dynamic equilibrium. And eventually, you will realize that good and evil are but two changing rhythms. I trust you, Victor, and I'm sure we can find the equilibrium that's just right.
Ah, that's right. How could I forget? Vincent Edgeworth never regrets his choice. But it's been a long time since I've seen you like that. It's going to be an incredibly long and difficult path, but this time, Vincent Edgeworth, I'm willing to walk alongside you.
Thank you, Victor. Oh, thank you, Victor.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
I said, thank you.
Winston's here. Oh, look, we almost forgot. Mr. Loomis has been here the whole time. Looks like he heard everything we've been saying. Speaking of which, what are you planning to do with this fellow?
Perhaps we can take him back to prison.
Oh, what's the matter, my dear Vincent? What's that embarrassed look on your face?
Victor, that's enough.
By the way, I actually got a surprise for you.
And these are?
Some items I brought back from Winston's lab. I secretly broke into one of the open drawers there when no one was looking around. In other words, you've known this whole time that Winston's escape from prison was my work.
Oh! In other words, you've known this whole time that Winston's escape from prison was my work?
Well, you could say so. Edgeworth, why don't you take a moment and look through these? As for Loomis, I'll just leave him to me for the moment.
Okay, I can't tell if they're good or bad yet. I guess good, because he's going against Myers Corporation. Unless he turns evil. Victor Blake. He intimidates me sometimes. He could read my mind without any difficulty, and could even go as far as to anticipate my every move. He never needed Myers' mechanical prosthesis to become superhuman. He is already one. Sometimes I can't help but wonder, if I hadn't become friends with him back in college, if I had never had him next to me when I needed him, how different would things be now? Where would I possibly be at this moment? I don't know, Vincent. I'd rather not think about it. In my arms, Vincent. Time is running out. I need to carefully examine all the items Victor has brought back. Okay, let's do the wine glass first. A specially mixed martini. It has become more than just a pleasure. It has become more than just a mere pleasure of taste for me. It is now a necessity of life. That's not good, Vincent. That's alcoholism. Playing cards? Poker cards. The poker cards from the G4 district are a bit different from more prevalent version. The more prevalent version originated from the G3 district with 4 suits: spades, hearts, clubs, and diamonds. On the other hand, the G4 version has a nature theme, with the 4 suits replaced by fire, trees, water droplets, and the moon. There have been many theories as to why this is, but there's still no definitive answer. However, this is quite ironic in my opinion, because the culture and purpose of G4 have nothing to do with nature at all. But more importantly, why would Winston Loomis bring a deck of cards to Myers Corporation, and specifically these 4? Every employee should know that this is strictly forbidden to carry non-work related items, let alone playing cards. What's even stranger is these 4 cards happen to contain 4 suits, and the numbers just happen to be from A to 4 as well. Oh, so that might help us with the code. Obviously, this is some kind of hint that Winston was giving himself. It's some kind of code, yeah. Okay. Pen? A fountain pen. The whole surface of the barrel is smooth, but only one side has a square engraved on it, which seems quite out of place. Okay, so it's a blue square that we have to remember. And a green triangle. A leather notebook. The cover is engraved with a triangle. Every page of the notebook is filled with details of each day's experiment in neat handwriting. There's no doubt that this was Winston's research journal. Oh. February 15th, 2080. Sunny. Subject number 5 exhibited very severe rejection accompanied by significant mental decline. The subject exhibited multiple symptoms of discomfort, including convulsions, screaming, and banging on the containment unit. Subject number 1 and number 3 are currently stable and have not exhibited any signs of rejection. April 10th, 2080, Sunny. Subject number 5's mental condition deteriorated further, and a portion of the epidermis on the torso showed signs of decay. Ew. The subject made several attempts to destroy the containment unit and still showed no signs of improvement after food intake. Subjects number 1 and number 3 are currently in stable condition with no rejection observed at this time. So 1 and 3 are okay. Who are 1 and 3? And who's 5? July 1st, 2080, cloudy. Subject number 5's physical condition has deteriorated to the point where only 30% of the body's surface still has skin. If this subject continues to fail to demonstrate successful mechanization, we will remove its memory core. No. Subject number 3 is otherwise in good condition, but with an abnormal refusal to take food today. So are we a subject? Because it has skin. Like, they can have skin. So I guess we can look semi-normal? Is that what it's getting at? Subject number 1 is currently in a stable condition with no rejection observed at this time. December 20th, 2080, rainy. Subject number 5's memory core has been successfully dismantled and the subject is temporarily sealed in its containment unit. We will dismember it at a later date and dispose of its body parts in the wastewater pool outside the G4 district. Subjects number 1 and number 3 are currently in stable condition and no rejection is observed. January 12th, 2081, sunny. Today, subject number 1 suddenly became unstable and violent and attempted to attack several researchers. The subject stabilized after the removal of the memory core and is now temporarily sealed in its containment unit. Subject number 3 remains stable at this time but has yet to show any evidence of a successful
Psychic linking. Psychic linking? Oh, this is looking bad for us. This is looking really bad for us. Memory core, is it? Huh? It's like really sounding like we were one of these test subjects. The moot box Victor brought in, I don't know what he was thinking. However, the news of Winston's escape is now widespread through the G4 district. This is not what I desired, but unfortunately, it is inevitable. Alright, we're heading back. The sound effects are so good. The art in this game is really good, whether it be the sound effects or the, drawing and everything. Was that Vincent's memory that I just saw?
Hey, are you all right?
Huh? Oh, I'm fine. Come to think of it, I don't think she knows I have the ability to read memories yet.
Jesus Christ, you scared the crap out of me. You suddenly went expressionless and weren't moving an inch. You didn't even respond to me.
Sorry that I made you worry. I feel much better now.
By the way,
I seem to have worked out what the news recorded on the tape was about.
Oh, really? Let's hear it. What is it about?
It's about Winston's escape from prison, the one innocent employee who was framed by Myers.
Oh, I remember that. From what I heard, no one knows where that guy is to this day. But, detective, you have to watch out. I wouldn't have called him innocent if I were you.
Why do you say so?
It is indeed true that most rumors describe him as innocent, an innocent employee who was framed by Myers Corporation. And I'd guess they're right to some extent. The experiments on the cyborgs were not the work of Winston alone. In fact, every core member of Myers Corporation was aware of the existence of the project, but together they chose to frame that poor researcher so as to not be implicated themselves. However, what many people forget to mention is Winston was indeed one of the researchers involved in the experiment. Speaking of which, detective, you want to know a fun fact? Winston actually used to work right here in this lab.
I see. So Winston wasn't innocent after all. However, he was framed by the other members of Myers Corporation to take the blame for the whole experiment. And in July 2081, he managed to escape from prison with Vincent's help. Vincent mentioned that he needed Winston's knowledge, but also Victor's help to master a certain technology. On one hand, he wanted to use this technology to protect himself, and on the other, he wanted to seek out his revenge on Myers. As to what kind of technology that is, I can't make a good guess, but I still need to confirm my suspicion. In any case, let's continue the investigation. All right, let's continue. So now we have some more information about... Oh, there's a vent. Ventilation duct opening, nothing special about it.
Maybe we can get out of there by crawling through this opening.
I don't think we'll fit through.
You mean you won't fit through, or me?
I don't think either of us will fit through.
Huh? For real?
Okay. We can talk to Zalmona. Door to the legal department. I need to find Zalmona's item first. Zalmona's keycard.
The truth is, I lost a round spherical object. If you can help me find it, I'll give you the keycard to the... Okay.
So it's got to be somewhere with this. Okay, so it was a... The device will unlock automatically after entering the correct answer. Oh, I did it. It worked.
I can't believe it. You're incredible.
I know. Thank you, Zalmona. Okay, so does that mean we can get in here now? What's going to be behind this door? The room behind the door was much darker. My eyes had a hard time adjusting to the sudden darkness. That didn't sound good. What was that? I stepped on some kind of wet, sticky substance. I bent down and tried to reach for it, but my arm was nicked by something sharp. Ouch! Are these shards of glass? That was when I suddenly realized that there was a huge glass chamber standing in front of me. And inside it was... Hi!
Get back! Get back!
Oh no! It's an experiment room.
Thank God. It looks like that thing is dead. Look there! Someone's in there? Huh?
Someone's in the glass chamber in the middle.
Oh, that's probably just a cyborg too.
A cyborg? But they look as if they're...
Detective, didn't you know? There are many kinds of cyborg.
Many kinds? What do you mean?
I'm not really an expert myself, but let me just read this part out for you.
With that, Zalmona took out a journal from her pocket. I have a feeling we're a cyborg, somehow. Due to different bodies' varying ability to withstand semi-mechanization, the phenomenon of intellectual polarization often appears in each batch of experimental subjects. Subjects that are able to withstand mechanization generally retain human facial features, and with their newly modified bodies, they exhibit superhuman abilities superior to those of ordinary humans. On the other hand, subjects that failed to successfully withstand mechanization exhibited severe intellectual degradation, thus making them behave like wild beasts. At the same time, the bodies of these failed subjects would exhibit obvious rejection of mechanization, resulting in them often giving the impression that they were falling apart. We refer to those cyborgs that have lost their intelligence as husks. It is worth noting, however, that some of the experimental subjects seem to require an acclimation period. That is, their bodies exhibit repulsion similar to that of a husk when first undergoing mechanization. But as long as they are fed regularly and are given ample time, eventually their bodies will be able to successfully accept the modifications they are given. Thus, after each batch of experimental subjects have been modified, we tend to leave them in a secret chamber for a period of observation. If, after that time, the subject still does not demonstrate signs of successful mechanization, we would then dismember it and dump the body parts into the wastewater pool outside the G4 district. Oh, wow.
The above was recorded in an experiment journal I found here at this corporation.
In other words, there are two kinds of cyborgs. The first kind looks like a monster because its body could not withstand the mechanization, and the other is able to retain its intelligence and look exactly like a normal person because it's been successfully transformed.
Yeah, but not only that, pay attention to this next part.
Since often only a small number of subjects possess the ability to withstand mechanization, we often have to dismember and discard most of the cyborgs in the chamber. And this is definitely very costly and burdensome for us. Therefore, thanks to the tireless efforts of several researchers, we have successfully developed a method to create new types of cyborg through genetic cloning technology. Cloning! As a result, we no longer need to search for the minority that can withstand mechanization in batch after batch of experimental subjects. All we need to do is extract the genes of the subjects that have been successfully modified, and then we can produce them again. This is getting, like, screwed up, nonetheless. Since these new cyborgs do not possess any memory, we need to install a memory core inside them, giving them memories that do not exist, thus giving them a unique personality. These memories can be extracted from any existing employee to achieve the desired personality. Wow. So are we gotta be a cyborg at this point, I would think.
In other words, there are cyborgs that are not directly modified from human beings, but are created through genetic cloning technology. But it's hard to tell them apart just by looking at them.
You mean it's possible that there are cyborgs lurking around that look just like ordinary humans?
Yeah, in a manner of speaking.
Wow, okay. Let's look at the empty one. A glass chamber, there's nothing in it. Okay. A glass chamber. In it stands a cyborg that looks just like a human being. This gives me the creeps. And this guy. A cyborg. Thank goodness it's dead. I feel bad for them now. These were just employees. Can I use this on him? I can't use this item here. Can I use it on him? Can I use it on him? I can't use the item here. Okay. Let's look at this next. Oh, I don't want to use the item anymore. A blackboard. There's a lot of diagrams and text marked on it.
Detective, you see the string of numbers in the upper right-hand corner? 1 equals 001, 2 equals 010, 7 equals 111.
Isn't that binary? I think. Is this decimal to binary conversion? Yeah.
Correct. The binary numeral system is widely used in computing technology to represent numbers with just two symbols, 0 and 1. For example, the binary 110 means 0 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2 times 2, which is 6 in decimal, and 111 means 1 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2 times 2, which is 7 in decimal.
I see. In other words, we need to find the corresponding experimental subject number in binary. Oh. Okay, 127. So, number 1, we don't know what that is. Oh, so one of these is 2 and one of them is 7. Oops. Okay. Okay. So it's either going to be 721 or 271, right? Oh, in binary. My bad. My B. System error. The containment unit for subject number 1 has been damaged. Oh, so we can open it. Okay, so it's either going to be 010 or 111. System error, invalid subject number. System error, invalid subject number. Oh, man. I put in 11. Command received, draining the containment unit for subject number 3. Oh no, it's this guy, isn't it? Oh, it's a woman, I think. Is she gonna wake up? The already stifling atmosphere intensified as we caught the first glimpse of what was inside the glass chamber. Zalmona was horrified at first, but her expression quickly changed to worry. But it was as if we had mutually agreed not to say anything to each other beforehand. We just stood in silence. I could sense Zalmona staring straight at me. But at that moment, I was completely focused on the cyborg in front of me. Let's do this then. Okay. Oh. Am I doing the scalpel? I took the scalpel that Zalmona handed to me and started making deep cuts in the cyborg's body. Did we know this person was dead already? Again and again and again, I felt emotions that I had never felt before welling up inside me. But all Zalmona did was just stare. She didn't utter a word. Before I realized it, the cyborg's chest was shredded to pieces, and revealed beneath her skin was a peculiar spherical device. I grabbed the sphere with my bare hand and pulled it out. It's a memory core, isn't it? This is what you wanted, right? This cyborg's memory core? Yes. Why did you want that? I handed it to Zalmona with my blood-soaked hand. Let's get the hell out of here. I can't stand it in here anymore. I don't know if I trust Zalmona. Are you gonna let me through? Detective, are you all right? No, not really. It's been kind of a wild ride since I woke up. Detective? Stop calling me detective. You don't even know who I am. You saw it too. That cyborg we just saw. She looked exactly like me. So we're a clone. I don't even know who you are, Zalmona. I don't remember anything at all. I thought coming here I would find the answers I wanted, but now I just feel completely lost. I could be someone who doesn't even exist, just one of a million other identical cyborgs. Draco was right all along. I shouldn't even be here to begin with. Uh-oh. Even with my sudden breakdown, Zalmona didn't show 1 ounce of anger with me. After a moment of silence, she started to speak.
You feel that the truth you seek is meaningless now, don't you? You've lost all hope because you were worried that you were merely a replica. But you shouldn't let your past define you. You're right, there's no way to be certain if you are or aren't the detective I met, but Whoever each of us is up to us. The moment you open your eyes, you are who you are, and not anyone else. So what if there's someone else somewhere in this world who looks exactly like you? It is each of our own unique experiences that make up who we are, isn't it?
This is actually a beautiful message. I like you, Zalmona, now.
At this moment, only you and I are standing here. This experience belongs just to us and no one else. What motivates each of us to go on with our lives is the countless exciting possibilities that lie in store. And in the near future, you are bound to meet new people and make new friends.
It's interesting how these conversations come up now that science and technology is getting to the point where, in the near future, there's possibilities or at least discussions about things like this, of uploading memories and cloning and, cyborgs. I mean, there's androids already that they've created that are like highly intelligent computers. It's scary.
And maybe they will become your new family. People who are willing to sacrifice their lives for you.
People who would sacrifice their lives for me? Zalmona's words were somehow very reassuring. It was very different from how I imagined her to be. I never thought I would hear such words from you.
Probably something I picked up during my previous profession.
Huh?
Don't worry too much about it. It's irrelevant now.
Were you a therapist or something?
Anyway, thanks a lot for your help. You have no idea how important this device is to me.
Zalmona, why do you need the cyborg's memory core?
It's a long story. You said you've lost all your memories. But seeing that you found your way into Myers, I think it's safe to assume you've heard about the urban legends of the G4 district.
The G4 district's urban legend? Do you mean the infamous G4 Cyborg Incident?
Close, but I'm thinking particularly about the end of that legend. It should sound something like this. To this day, people still mysteriously vanish in this G4 district. Rumors say the spirits of the victims from the experiments are still wandering the streets, taking the lives of those unfortunate enough to cross paths with them.
Ah, I remember.
Right. And you don't need me to tell you that ghosts don't exist. These recent disappearances in the G4 district are the deliberate work of a certain someone as well.
Are you suggesting that Myers Corporation is behind these recent disappearances as well? The Myers Corporation that is continuing operations covertly?
Yeah, something like that. But here's the thing. A lot of details about these cases are different from the original G4 Cyborg Incident. In the G4 Cyborg Incident, Myers Corporation turned their own employees into cyborgs and kidnapped ordinary citizens to use as cattle feed. But most of these people who go missing nowadays aren't ordinary citizens. It's people who either had a history with Myers or who were former employees of Myers. Did Myers Corporation turn them into cyborgs as well? Or were they just used as cattle feed?
If they were all once somehow associated with Myers, it makes sense that Myers would simply want them gone.
Precisely, but many people believe that this series of disappearances is the work of just one person. A dangerous criminal who is extremely careful, so much so that they never left a single fingerprint behind or a clue as to what really happened to the victims. And this person is known as the most wanted criminal in the G4 district. As for now, they're connected to Myers. No one really is sure, but there is one person who has seen them that is still alive.
Only one person? Who is that?
That person is me.
You, Zalmona?
Yeah, the most wanted criminal in the G4 district messed up once, and I was there when it happened.
Wow.
It was a dark and windy night. I'd just gotten back to my apartment building and was about to go inside my apartment to relax.
Was she about to get kidnapped or something?
But as I was walking past an apartment on the same floor, the power went out. The hallway was enveloped in complete darkness. I couldn't see anything around me.
That doesn't sound good.
Just then, I heard a blood-curdling scream accompanied with what sounded like flesh being torn off the bone from the apartment next to me.
How do you know what that sounds like?
A person rushed out of the apartment and brushed past me. They were in such a panic, I wasn't even sure if they noticed my presence.
Wow.
Shortly afterwards, the power came back on, but that person was long gone. And the hallway that had just been spotless beforehand was completely different after the power was restored. The walls and floor were painted with blood, and the apartment's door, which had previously been closed, was half ajar. Holy shit, this is serious. Without thinking much, I pushed the door of the apartment to check on my neighbor.
I don't think he's doing too well based on the amount of blood.
And what I saw before me was the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
A man on the floor, his body shredded to bits. The room was strewn with pieces of his body and entrails. But that wasn't even the worst part. The scariest thing was, even though his head was completely detached from his body, his mouth was still opening and closing as if he were desperately trying to catch his breath. Hey, hang in there. I'll call an ambulance right away.
Whoa.
I impulsively rushed up to help him, even though I knew very well that it was much too late. Just then, some of the neighbors had heard the scream and rushed over, but my attempts to help the victim were misunderstood.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Murderer? She's a murderer! Grab her! Don't let her get away!
Wait! I can explain!
Oh no.
But it was too late for me to say anything.
And then, what happened after that?
After that, as embarrassing as it sounds, I became the G4's most wanted criminal. Although I've managed to escape from the G4 police, it's getting so much harder to find a new apartment these days. But please believe me, I really wasn't the one who killed him. I wouldn't ever... What did that say? I wouldn't even hurt a fly.
I believe you, Zalmona. But then, you didn't actually get a good look at him either.
You're right. The corridor was completely dark when I met him. I didn't get to see what he looked like either.
If that's the case, how can you be so sure that the killer is the same person who's responsible for the recent series of disappearances in the G4?
Honestly, I can't. But I later learned that the victim, my neighbor, was Dr. Richard Alieann, a former employee of Myers. And as always, the police found no fingerprints from any suspects at the scene. Of course, except for mine. That's too much of a coincidence, don't you think? So, my guess is, the killer was originally going to kidnap Dr. Alieann and murder him somewhere else. But for some reason, he screwed up that time. So he killed Dr. Alieann in a hurry and he ran away. And what's even more interesting is, the way Dr. Alieann was murdered was very similar to how the core members were killed in the G4 Cyborg Incident. They were all ripped up into pieces. So it's quite possible that this is the same person who got away with the killing of the core members.
Then the reason you're looking for the cyborg's memory core is...
Yes. As I was saying, many of the victims of the recent unexplained disappearances have some connection to Myers. It's hard not to conclude that the murderer has also a very close relationship with Myers. And each of the cyborgs that Myers produces through cloning will have a memory core. Each device stores certain memories given the cyborg's personalities they would lack otherwise. Most of these memories are extracted from Myers' employees.
I understand now. You want to find the real murderer by reading the memories of each memory core, thus proving your innocence.
Exactly. Not just for my own sake, but also for the safety of the G4 district.
Aw, Zalmona. I like you. Please don't end up being bad.
I will keep searching until I find out the truth, even if it's Myers Corporation who's behind all this.
Wow.
All right, that's all I have to say. Anyway, thanks again for helping me out. Go ahead and take this key card.
Thank you, Zalmona. You're so sweet. I took the key card to the legal department that Zalmona handed to me.
But are you still going to continue your investigation? You know, if you want to get out of here with me right now, that wouldn't be impossible.
Huh? But isn't the gate to the lobby closed?
Oh, I know, but the truth is, I accidentally forgot about this.
Zalmona took a watch out of her pocket. A watch?
Oh, darling, this watch is more than meets the eye. It was originally a gift from an old friend of mine.
I keep missing the text. But I made a few modifications to it.
Just by wearing it, I can teleport myself anywhere. How'd you forget something this important?
She really needed that memory core.
But the downside is, it can teleport me anywhere.
What do you mean?
As in, I can't decide where we'll be teleported to. I was once teleported inside a men's bathhouse. Incredibly embarrassing situation. But hey, there's risks with anything, wouldn't you agree? So, are you gonna come with me? Let's get the hell out of here.
I don't think so, Zalmona. I'm sorry. I can't leave just yet. There's this person that, even though I can't remember how we're connected or why, he was willing to risk his life for me. And that person is currently trapped in the Myers lobby. I'm worried about him. Draco, wait for me. I see. Do you want me to come with you? No, Zalmona. That would be too dangerous. This is all my fault. I should have never come here. I can't get another one of my friends involved. I don't want to see them get hurt.
I understand. If that's the case, promise me that you will take care of yourself. I hope we can meet again one day. Maybe then you'll be able to tell me your real name. I'll see you later, miss. When you get your memories back, be sure to tell me all the stories about your past, alright?
Of course. Goodbye, Zalmona.
Aww, see, we're making friends along the way.
She's gone. I wonder where she'll be teleported to this time. I don't know. Well, then it's time for me to push forward as well. Next stop. The legal department. It's so scary. Investigation completed. Successfully located the cyborg's memory core. Okay. I think... What's gonna happen? We're in the legal department. Okay, guys. I've been recording for quite a long time now. I'm going to cut this episode here, and we will explore the legal department next time. I don't think the full game for this is technically out, so I don't know that we're gonna get to the basement, at least until there's a new update to it. But we'll definitely get through the legal department and then the other department, which I can't remember which Victor is a part of, after that. But if you guys are enjoying the series, then give it a big thumbs up down below and let me know down in the comments. And if you like the rest of my content, consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you here on the channel. Become an outsider, please. On that note, I am going to say farewell, friends. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.